Hey, hello, welcome to Sty Times. Good to see you guys. Yeah, boy, I sure look forward to Sty Times. Yeah. Yep, always a good time when we're having Sty Times. Yeah, I got a quick. There's a few folks, early birds that jumped in the house. Eileen Ballou, the fam, was there right away, of course. And then Donald Morris jumped in. It's great to see you, Donald. And everything spicy jumped in there. It's great to see you, Phil. There's Chasing the Reaper, James. Hello. It's good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Oh, yeah. I was kind of wondering how today's show was going to go. About halfway through the day, it was questionable. I had a real busy day today. Oh my gosh. Let's get things started. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah. That boy, that goes a long ways, Phil. That goes a long ways. Yeah. I had some last minute equipment things that I picked up today and the budget's a little tight. That goes a long ways, brother, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It'll help restore my YouTube budget. But I think I'm done now. I think I'm done. I think I got everything I could possibly dream of. Uh, um, I had someone today do something for me that I did not see coming at all, and that's just the way things are sometimes. But I had an individual come knocking on my door rather early this morning and said, "Hey, Sty, I got a question for you." I said, "Oh, okay." I thought, "Oh boy, he wants something." And he goes, "Is your trailer rigged up so that you can have a refrigerator in it?" And I said, "Oh, I've got a cooler. It's an electric cooler. Keeps things about 45 degrees below the outdoors temperature." And I said, "The thing works like $1,000,000. It works like a regular refrigerator. It keeps things nice and cold." I said, "Yeah." And so I'm set that way. And I said, "It runs on 12 volt, but I've got a generator also." So, yeah. So I've got a fridge. I said, "Thanks for asking." But he says, "Oh, I was just wondering because I got one of those little student kind of refrigerators. It's got a little freezer," he says, "and it can hold one tray of ice cubes." He says the freezer's not even big enough to stick a pot pie in. And I said, "Well, I appreciate it, but yeah, I won't need it. I've got my fridge." And he goes, "Next question. So you've got a generator?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "So you got like regular house electric?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, everything's good." And he goes, "Have you got a microwave?" I said, "Well, you've been here. I've heated up old coffee for the two of us in my microwave." He goes, "No, no, no, not a microwave here." He says, "In your trailer." I said, "No." I don't have a microwave for the camper. No, never even imagined having a microwave in the camper." And he goes, "Well, if you got a generator and you got electricity and it's a rainy, nasty day out and you don't want to be cooking on the Coleman stove or trying to keep a campfire going, but you got leftovers, you can just throw it in the microwave." And I said, "Never thought of that." But I said, "I'm not going to go buy me no microwave." He goes, "Well, I think you need a microwave." And he just said, "You have a good day and I'll talk to you later." And he left. Okay. It wasn't 15 minutes and there's a knock at the door. I go answer the door. And this feller's standing out there and he goes, "Don't make me hold this, take it." It's a brand new microwave. It's one of the compact microwaves, 700-watt microwave. It's perfect. The size of it is perfect. It can sit on the same counter that my electronics are basically on, because that counter's over 4 feet long. So the electronics won't actually be near it. They'll be way on the other end. But so I've got a doggone microwave. Talk about glamping. Boy, I'm gonna be in heaven out at camp with a microwave. You know, you got leftover chili or something, you can just throw a bowl in the microwave. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, Rebecca Felter, it is so sweet to see you. Thank you for stopping in to say a quick hey to everybody. Meeting a friend at the races. Go to the races. Darn right. Mr. Fulton, good to see you. Thanks for sharing me out there, Rebecca. And everybody that shared me out, thank you so much. Thank you. Sty's taking selfies again. I'm looking at the chat a little bit here. It's taking selfies, yeah. So guys, here we are at Sty Times. This evening's topic, your friendly fact checker. Oh, Sty could talk about your friendly fact checker for hours, but we only got an hour. And we're going to talk about the friendly fact checkers of the world. But before I do that, I need to let everybody know, after this Sty Times, there's only 2 more. Monday and Wednesday of next week are the last 2 Sty Times while the program takes a little sabbatical for part of the summer. Hopefully it's only a portion of the summer. In the worst case, it'll be at the end of the camping season that we start the Sty Times program right back up, same schedule. But yeah, only 2 more Sty Times, and this boy's heading out to the great outdoors for 4.5 months. And if I get my Starlink internet, I think we're going to have lots of live streams to deal with. But Sty Times, I don't think, depending on my schedule in the campground, I'm not sure if it'll come back until we're back from camp. But I'll have plenty of other lives for folks to be entertained with. Hey, Kirk Whipper Voyager Center. Tim, it is great to see you. It's awesome. Spicy says if it gets cold one night, you can just start the microwave and leave the door open. That's, yeah. Oh, somebody look into that. We need our good old friendly fact checker to find out if you prop that door open and stick something in there so that it thinks it's closed and you turn it on, what's coming out of that thing, right? I think and the problem with microwaves, they say that heat's from the inside out. Yeah, by the time you're feeling the warmth in the room, you're well done on the inside. Yeah. Head out to the great outdoors, head out. Yeah. Your friendly fact checker. Now, there's folks out there that know, and Phil is one of them. Everything Spicy's one that knows. He's seen how Sty at times some fact checkers just really, really rub me the wrong way. I mean, they just, yeah. Hey, Lone Star, it's great to see you. Lone Star Beer Reviews is in the house. The thing with fact check, I don't have a problem with fact checking. Where my problem lies is with a lot of fact checkers. Okay, the act of checking facts, I don't have a problem with. So often I'll be in a conversation with somebody and we're just talking randomly about different things, and somebody will say, "Oh, did you know?" Okay, yeah, that's a key statement right there. Did you know? And then they say something that you don't know. Yeah, it's like, no, I didn't know. Okay. And then all of a sudden they're talking away like they're an authority on this. And it's like, yeah, okay, because I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. They're filling me in and they're telling me everything they know about it. Well, later I'll be thinking about the conversation. I'll go, I wonder how, accurate that was. It sounded kind of, yeah, embellished or something. I might do a little research and check it out for myself. And I'll research it and find out, no, they were right, but they embellished on it a bit. And hey, Ingalls family, it's awesome to see you. And I don't have a problem with that. So they embellished on it a little bit. They didn't distort it at all. They just kind of embellished, made it a little bigger than it needed to be. But I don't call them out and say, I looked it up and actually dot 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 dot, that's the way it is. I don't do that. I just inform myself, and the subject can be just left at that. Now I know a little more about what they were talking about, and they weren't 100% accurate, but that doesn't change. That doesn't make it bad or indifferent or anything else. It just means I know more about what I knew nothing about before. And to me, that's just checking facts, checking out the facts. That's not being a fact checker. Fact checkers need to learn to be a little more discreet and a little more, how would I put it? A little more caring, I guess, in how they present themselves. Um, I like that everything Spicy said. I like I I like embellish on my hamburgers. Tasty. Embellish. Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna embellish on something, might as well be your hamburger, right? Yeah, load her up, load her up. Yeah, boy, does he embellish on that when it comes to food. When he describes his food, it sounds like he's embellishing all that food. But in fact, no. In fact, that's really the way he puts his burgers together. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing with fact checkers. With fact checkers, not checking facts, with fact checkers. Who are fact checkers? Who are they? And why are they? You know a fact checker right away when you're having a conversation. This is a really no brainer. You tag them right away. You're having a conversation with someone else and you're talking back and forth and you're talking about different things, different issues. And you got a third person, or maybe they're the fifth person in a group, but they're sitting there with their cell phone and they're dit, 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 dit. Or you're in a video conference kind of affair, a stream like this, and you can hear them on the keyboard and you can see them looking at this other screen and they're tick, 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 tick. And then all of a sudden they go, actually, and then they spew for 5 minutes what the hard facts are about something. What they've just done is they called you and the person you're talking with liars. Oh yeah, they're just oh yeah, they're not embellishing. They're just telling you stuff that ain't true. I've got the facts. I've got the facts. I'm a fact checker. I got the facts. Well, they can take their facts and put them in their hiney because if you're going to fact check a general conversation, you need to get a life. You just destroyed a perfectly fine conversation. Phil and I have conversations all the time where that conversation will be 40% truth and 60% BS. And they're fun, enjoyable conversations. Sometimes you do need, in order to even make a conversation interesting, you do need to embellish a bit on things. And I call it the art of painting words. You can tell a story about something that you actually witnessed, but if you tell it just as facts, the way a fact checker wants you to tell it, you would end up boring the hell out of everybody. Everybody be going, well, isn't that a wonderful story? I think I think I want to go listen to somebody BS me instead. It's more interesting because if all you're doing is relaying facts, that's black and white, man. It's black and white. There's no getting around it. Here's all the facts. It's right here in black and white. Life is so boring if it's all in black and white. Get that palette out with a couple dozen colors on it and dab your conversational brush into it and slap a little color on that conversation. Embellish it a little bit. Throw some color in it. All of a sudden, all those hard facts that are buried in the conversation, and they might not be exactly perfect, but they're colorful. At least they're colorful and enjoyable. And because you didn't state the fact exactly the way it is, did it hurt anybody? Did you intentionally mislead somebody in a sense that it's going to damage them in any way? No, I don't think so. But hey, Spicy says you're looking good today, Sty. Am I? Is that Jim Bob? Don't you be saying, Sty, you got a pretty mouth. uh, oh, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. The I had a very long, hour and a half conversation with my Forest Service Ranger supervisor this morning, and it went very well. It went very well. Spicy says I may have embellished that compliment. Yeah. Oh, Sty, you're looking so good. Kind of. I love it. I love it. You want the facts? Sty, you look like shit. Well, thanks a lot. Yeah. Hey, E-Ways, Mike. Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. But I've gotten into issues, and that's the only time I do really take issue with fact checkers, is when you know they're a fact checker when they weren't asked a single question, but they got all the damn answers right here on my keyboard or on my phone. I Googled the hell out of it, and you're wrong. Don't do that to somebody. Don't do that to somebody unless in the fashion that they're wrong is going to be detrimental in some form or fashion. So you're talking about, oh, years ago, I think it was 1975, such and such and such and such. And then some damn fact checker jumps on there and goes, you know what? That was in 1972. That wasn't in 75. You got that all wrong. You think I give a shit? It was in the 70s. And I don't like to have to generalize all the time just so that some damn fact checker can't come along and say, oh no, it was this year, this month, that day, that hour. Oh, get a life. Find somebody that can talk to you because I sure the hell can't. Keep your fact checking to yourself. You're just trying to make yourself look smart and you're just making yourself look like an ass and make the other person look like they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's all that's about. And any of that going on in a conversation takes all of the color out of it, except for one, and that's red, because the person being fact checked is going to start seeing red real quick if you do it to them too many times. The what was going on there? David Jones, it is great to see you. Deborah Baker, awesome. Great folks out there. The congratulations on your gummy bear challenge, 10 days in a row. Hats off to you, sir. Yeah, wasn't that? Yeah. Phil, yeah. Crazy Phil. Yeah. The yes, tough for him to come up live and do that every evening for 10 days. Yeah. Well, thanks, David. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. The and that's one thing I did. I got a personal message, Facebook message from somebody that said, "Sty, your Sty Time show is just, you're just bullshitting people. That's all your Sty Time show is about. Over 30 episodes of Sty bullshitting people." I responded to him and I said, "Sorry, I'm not bullshitting anybody. Sty Times and my topics, they revolve around actual things, events, actual things people do, but they're well seasoned with my position on those things. And that means opinion. And we all have an opinion, and we all have something else, yeah, that we know of." So I thought, why is that poor person so concerned about how I present Sty Times? Are they fact checking me? The the yeah, yeah, it's really, and that's it. Is if I'm going to BS you, I'm gonna you're gonna know it. I can't BS people without and keep a straight face. You know, I can keep a straight face long enough to get the BS out. So see if they buy into it. If they do, then I try to maintain but my expressions, and I start laughing at myself. They're like, "Oh yeah, they bought that BS." The yeah, it's spicy, a little horseshit, but no bullshit. The but and that's the thing is, and I told myself right from the get go when I started YouTube, it was for commercial reasons. And hey, bacon stuff done it. Well, hell, thank God it's Friday. Yeah, no kidding, eh? No kidding. This week has been insane for me busy, busy, busy all week. And it's just like I was back to work, man. I was putting in anywhere from 6 to 10 hours a day, getting all this camp stuff squared away and other things. And it's nuts. It's been nuts. And I don't have to do nothing now tomorrow's my day off on YouTube. During that day off, I get to spend, they say it's 2.5 hours to 3 hours online course, defensive driving course. And you gotta watch videos, you gotta upload PDF files and read through them and all kinds of crap. It takes 2.5 to 3 hours, they say, to complete it. At the end, you have to take an exam. I'm not looking forward to that crap on a Saturday. So you guys probably won't be seeing much of me tomorrow because I'll be doing schoolwork online. And that's a fact, Jack. If I had one of our favorite friendly, fast fact checkers on the stream right now, and I tell you, it's the only free defensive driving course that the Federal Forest Service will accept you taking online. And guess where it's from? The state of California. So they got all these Californian laws and rules, state laws and rules, that there ain't another state in the union that follows those. And so I'll tell you what, when I get done with that, if I pass it without a problem, I'll be able to go to California and drive defensively. If any state needs a defensive driver's course, it's California. Yeah, just drive around LA a while. Yeah, you better be a pretty good defensive driver. Oh, now somebody's going to fact check me, and they're going to come back and say, nope, New York City's worse. Oh, Jesus. There you go, taking the color out of a conversation again. Now, am I guilty of fact checking? I have been a couple of times. I have been. I have to admit, it happens. Sometimes you can't help yourself. You go, that ain't right, and you have to check it. And then you make the bad mistake of publicly letting them know they're wrong. We're going to get into how that crap happens right after the break. And hey, JCT, hello, sweetie. And bacon stuff, don't it? Only good thing from California is the marijuana. Hey, everything and everybody's got to be good for something, right? Well, it's at halftime mark, close enough. Half a minute away from halftime. And you know what I do at halftime? I got to show off my channel members, and it only takes less than a minute and a half. So don't anybody go anywhere, and we'll be right back with a little more information about them friendly fact checkers. I'll see you in a moment. Great folks, great folks, great. The yeah, channel members are going to get a little extra this summer. That's not far off, boy, just a few weeks away, and I'm going to be getting some member only kind of conversational type videos posted for you, all of the members out there. They deserve a little extra perk. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, bacon stuffed donuts said I lied. Avocados too. Yeah, yeah. You gotta have some California avocado guacamole, eh? the, they sure do here in the U.S. That's our avocado state, man. Yeah, yeah. California's big avocado state. The and if you like avocados, well, you got to tolerate California. So, friendly fact checkers, as long as they stay friendly, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's when they're not friendly about it. And that, so often, hey, Gawani, hi. And it's not more often than not a fact checker. If they kind of check you on one fact in a full conversation and it's kept kind of soft and quick, it's not a big deal. But it's when it becomes to the point where they're constantly fact checking everything you got to say, it becomes condescending. It's putting you in a position of where you're feeling that you're being brought into question, period. That your whole character is being brought into question. And that's when I draw the line. If it's happening to me, I just say, "Oh, shut the hell up. I could care less about your facts." I just tell them flat out how I feel about it. Go away. We're painting a conversation. We're not turning it black and white. So shut up. Go away. If I see them doing it to somebody else, then it's shame on you. Shame on you for doing that to that person. Now, I just spent my life the way I felt about something like that was is I'm here, let's say I'm in a conversation and I hear someone over embellishing something to the point where they're actually misleading somebody else that might act on that information, and they could end up injured or the or they could end up damaged in some way because they believed what that person was saying. And I know for an absolute fact that there's no doubt that person is totally wrong and they are totally misleading somebody intentionally. I'll call them out on it. But if they're just a busybody kind of fact checker, the way I've spent my life is I'll go, oh yeah, well, that all of a sudden you get into that head nodding and just generally agreeing kind of thing. Yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, okay, uh-huh, sure, yep, okay. Because there's other people there and involved. I'll get that person to the side later and I'll say, hey, you're full of shit. What you were telling all of us is BS. Oh no, it's the truth. Here, I'll show you. And you, because I'm not going to call them out if I'm not sure about it. I'll say, here, I'll show you why that was BS, and I'll show them. But just me and that person. It's only when they are being disrespectful with their fact checking, if they're fact checking me, that I'll call them out. Otherwise, I'll try first to pull him off on the side and say, hey, man, you're just full of BS. And that guy believed it, and he's going to go out and try that, and he's going to end up losing fingers, that kind of thing. The Hey, Mike's Outdoor and Adventures. It is great to see you. Awesome. Yeah, Mike's been such a supporter for Spicy and for me. Yeah, Mike's awesome. Mike's awesome. And that's a fact, Jack. I had a situation, and when it comes to fact checkers, I don't call them out by name after the fact. I don't want to, because I know I know some fact checkers that don't fact check everybody. They'll target somebody, and it's like they're stuck on that person, and they just got to fact check that person constantly, And that's not good. That's not good, because that causes irritation, and it builds a wall between the fact checker and that person, where that person's like, man, if you're going to question every freaking thing I say and try to prove what I said was not so, all you're doing then is trying to prove that you know more than me. And I could give a shit whether you know more than me. It don't matter to me. You can know. And don't try to act like you know everything around me, because I do know everything. I know everything. And I make sure to review everything in the world, at least once a month. I look it up in the Webster Dictionary, and I've read that definition thousands of times. I know everything. It's right in the dictionary. Look it up. Everything is in the dictionary. So I got my dictionary, I read it, and now I know everything. So don't tell me I don't. I might not know a hell of a lot of anything else, but I know everything. Yeah. Oh, Mike's Outdoors. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, yeah. Look at that, folks. Oh man, that's what we're talking about. Look at this. What a supporter. You are just too awesome, man. You're just too awesome. I was just telling these folks at the beginning of the stream, I went out kind of shopping today and bought a few extra things for out of camp, and didn't look at my budget till I got home. And I'm going, uh-oh, I got to start behaving. Yeah, they were items that I can apply to my YouTube overhead costs, because they'll apply to content and stuff. But yeah, and I was a certified public accountant for my career. I dealt with high finance, and here I'm off shopping without looking at my budget. That's really not good. Some of my ex-employees would love to beat me up over that one. But I want to thank you so much there, Mike. That's just so awesome. Raven saying, don't fall while at camp. I'm sure I'll fall down a few times, but I've gotten so good at it. I just don't want to fall down and get hurt. That's all. Falling down happens. Getting hurt part, I don't want to do that. Yeah. But okay, I had this situation. My channel is outdoor based. I try to have it generally outdoor based and inspirational. Oh man, bacon stuffed donut. What are you doing? I still support Donald. America. Oh, you bet. You bet. He was my man. He was my man. Yeah. He got my votes right from day one. I've got actually, I don't have history with him personally. I never got to meet him personally, but I would have loved to have. Um, I knew he was a good person way the hell before he ever ran for office. And a lot of people, dislike him. But I'm sorry, I have history with him that proved to me that he was a caring person. And when they scream and holler about him being racist, they can kiss my ass. That man is the furthest thing from racist you ever seen. I got a hold of he's got a division. I don't know if he still has it because I haven't been in the field for a while doing that type of work. But what I did was I worked for Native American tribes and I looked for monies for them to help their communities. And one big area tribes from all over the country were trying to contract with me because I could get my hands on the money, right? The tribe I was at that time currently employed with said, we feel really bad because our kids, they get $1,800. That's all they get is $1,800 when they turn 18 years old for their college fund. It can only be spent on college funds, right? To pay tuition. Well, you're not going to much of a college with $1,800. So everybody thinks Native Americans get all their education paid for after, post-secondary school. That isn't true. That's not true. They end up getting grants just like anybody else. I got grants when I went to college. They take student loans to pay for overhead and other costs. They're just like any other American, right? Except they get an $1,800 like a scholarship from the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Well, the tribe didn't know that if those Native American kids go into certain lines of study, if they're going to major in medicine or if they're going to major as an attorney, a lawyer, they've got to take out the student loans and all that and everything. They put themselves in debt, and it's quite a bit to become a doctor or an attorney. By the time you're done doing that, you're at least 100 grand in debt. Those Native American students, when they graduate, when they get their PhDs, if they go to work for a tribe in Indian Health Services, they make about $50,000 a year as a doctor. When the doctors in neighboring communities are making $150,000 to $300,000 a year, they make 50 grand a year for 5 years. At the end of that 5 years, they don't owe any college. All their college debt has been paid off for them after 5 years earning 50 grand a year. Immediately, Indian Health Service, if you're in the medical field and you're a doctor, if you made it through that 5 years, not only is your debt all paid off, your salary bumps from 50 to 125,000 that very first year after you've paid off your student loans, your debts. I thought that's cool, but they still got to come up with the money to be able to go to school. So I told the tribe, let's create a scholarship fund. So we did. It had a whole $10,000 in it. Well, that don't go very far. $10,000. What are you going to do? Give out 2 scholarships for $5,000 a piece, and it's gone. I told them, I said, we need about $20,000 a year so we can give out $4,000 or $5,000 scholarships every year. And they said, but where are we going to get the capital, the money to do that? And this fellow says, hey, Sty, you know I built birch bark canoes. I said, oh, yeah, I do. Of course, they're beautiful. God, this guy is an artist, man. God, he can build some beautiful birch bark canoes, fully traditional built. And he says, I'll donate one. You can sell it. You find whoever will pay the most for it. And he said, I bet you could get $6 or $8 grand for it. And I said, well, get more than that, being for the purpose for selling it. Somebody's going to want to help out. They'll pay more than that. And he goes, well, maybe 10 grand for it. And I said, let me see. I took a bunch of photos of this canoe he donated. I got a hold. Donald Trump at that time had a, you know, he was a philanthropist. He liked to help out needy causes. And he had like a branch of his Trump Industries that did just that. So I got a hold of them and I sent this portfolio to them explaining exactly how this fund was going to work, how it was going to be managed, how it was going to be fiscally controlled. And would Donald Trump be interested in buying this canoe? And just, I don't care where he puts it. Put it at one of his golf courses, hang it in the Trump Tower. I don't give a shit where it goes. We just need the money for these kids. And Donald Trump jumped in and said, he actually, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know that he actually reviewed the requests. What they did was they pre-reviewed them. And if they looked viable, then he'd send them on, or they'd send them on to him. And then he'd tell them, fund that one, fund that one, fund that one. He saw that canoe and they said, we'd like to offer them $25,000 for it. He was pissed. He said, 25 grand? Are you freaking kidding? Can't you read their proposal? What they want to do is be able to give out $4,000 or $5,000 scholarships a year, and they can't do that with 25 grand in capital. They can only do that once a year. They'll be able to do it once. He said, instead, what I'm going to do is give them $100,000, and we're going to take and give them the income off of $1 million escrow, invested escrow. They're going to get the annuity every year off of that, of the interest earned. We were getting about 30 grand a year off of that 100,000 and the annuity payments out of $1 million of his that was protected investments, and we got the interest off of it for that fund. Donald Trump did that. You know what they did after we got it all set up? Donald Trump sent a letter to our tribal chairman and said, I appreciate the fact that I was able to help, but what I would really like you to do is I want you to put that canoe in. Do you have like a tribal museum or history center or something? And our chairman said, well, yes, we do. And he said, put it there, put it there, put it in your history museum. And that's where it is today. That's where it is today. So Donald Trump got nothing out of it. But in Donald Trump's mind, he was getting everything out of it because he feels those children, those kids that were going to go into college, come out as doctors and lawyers and businessmen, are our future. So very cool, very cool. Here you go. You just got a free Sty story during Sty Times. Jeez, aren't I terrible? Don't be fact checking me because I don't give a shit. Hey, Chrysler Imperial H. Yes, you were on my members video at halftime. Thank you. He's a great member. The and that's the thing. Oh, geez, what the heck? Me Dibble. Hello. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, you don't never have to be sorry. Yeah. The Yeah, that's the thing is these kids. I don't blame the kids. They've been indoctrinated and they've been taught foolish things and they're just reacting to them. It's terrible. It's terrible that they've gone down that path. It's terrible. Anything I can do to encourage a kid to do their absolute best and pull their bootstrings tight and just go for it, I do, because they got it tough, man. They got it tough, and because the world's working against them right now, working against them. The world tries to imply we're being soft on our kids. We don't want our kids to suffer. We don't want, give them what they want. We want their feelings protected, and they're injuring our children terribly. Yeah. If we never meet, you understand why I say sorry. If we ever meet. The friendly fact checker. I'm going to, as we got about 7 minutes before the end of the show, I'm going to tell you an example. I was in a stream, and there was a bunch of us outdoorsmen in that stream. Somebody was talking. I'm not going to tell you where they're from, but they're talking. They're coming up into my country up here, and they're going to do a winter survival camp, right? If I remember right, it was going to be, I don't know, 3 to 7 days or something. I don't know. I don't recall anymore. I'd have to look it up. So don't fact check me. And they were saying it's going to be terrible. We get up there in northern Wisconsin, their winters I think it was in February, they were saying it gets to 60 below zero there. And I'm like, oh my God, it does not. Especially where this person was going. I mean, they're 20 miles from one of the Great Lakes. And that lake, even though it gets ice on it, that lake makes it warm within the first 20 miles around its edges. Warmer than further inland. But this person's telling everybody, and we had a lot of people, there's 40, 50 people watching that stream, and he's telling them, oh yeah, this is going to be pure hardcore. Hi, Gemma. Pure hardcore survival, because we're going to be at risk of hypothermia all the time. Well, it does get damn cold up here. And looking at the forecast, it'd probably be 20 below at night. Wind chills. Wasn't going to be no 60 something below. And I told him that. I said, yeah, I'm sorry, but really you're mistaken. It doesn't get that cold in that location. Oh, yes, it does. I know. And I know somebody that lives there, and they said, and I go, okay, I live here where you're coming, and I'm telling you that doesn't happen. That's bullshit. And I'm not saying it because I want to question you. I'm saying it because That's what NOAA weather history says. They've got the history of the temperatures going back forever. So I said, it doesn't get that cold here. The historic lows aren't even close to the temperatures you're saying will be there. It's not. It'll be cold. It'll be probably 10 to 25 below, but it ain't going to be 60 some below. And he said, well, where I'm from. And he mentioned the town where he's from. He said, it got down to 63 below. And I'll never forget that day, he said. And he said what year and day it was. I was getting concerned because there were people asking questions about winter camping, and they wanted to go winter camping. And I'm watching the chat, and people are saying, oh, boy, that tells me right there I ain't even going to try 60 below. No way. I'm not even going to get involved. He's taking an experience away from people by scaring the shit out of them with bullshit. So I jumped right on, pulled up NOAA weather, and I looked at his location and looked at the historic low temperatures. In his location where he said it got to 63 below, the lowest recorded temperature was 51 below zero. The lowest temperature in his whole state was 61 below zero, but it was almost 165 miles away from where he lived. Totally different terrain, totally different elements. So I called him out and I said, please, please, please. I said, here's the facts on it. People that want to go winter camping, don't let that scare you. Don't let that scare you. And be prepared, do things right, and you'll enjoy yourselves and you'll get outdoors. He jumped off of that stream and he started another stream, and all he did was sit there and beat the shit out of me on that stream. That how dare me call him out in front of all these people, and that all my viewers, all of my audience came from him in the first place, and that he's going to see to it that I lose all those people. I didn't lose anybody. Because I just want people to know the facts, the truth. I should say the truth, not just the hard facts, but be truthful with them. Don't embellish if it's going to hurt them. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can paint some color to your conversation, but don't lie to people. Yeah. It's good to see you, barnyard chicken. So there you go. Friendly fact checkers. We have to tolerate them because they are there. But don't tolerate them belittling you and constantly checking every single thing you say. Enjoy your conversations with people. And if it's shy of the truth, but not in a sense it's going to injure anybody, just enjoy life. Hey, thank you for being here today, guys. Love y'all. Hope to see you at the next Sty Times, Monday evening at 5 p.m. And don't forget, Sty Story Sunday on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And it's the last Sty story you're going to see for the summer. So if you want to catch one more Sty story before the summer gets going, this Sunday's the day to do it. Hope to see you all there. And until the next time, guys, you all take very good care. And I hope to see you Monday evening. Bye-bye.